Good evening, everyone. This is GS Kumar from the city of Bangalore. I hope my audio and video is clear. If you are online right now, put yes in the comment box on LinkedIn and type from which location you belong to, either Bangalore, Chennai, Coimbatore, whatever. You can just put yes in the comment box and share your location so that we understand that our video is live, audio and video both. Let me also cross check because technical things we'll always have to check. All right, it's live. So whoever is online right now, you can put yes in the comment box. Yes, Prajakta, hi, you're from Pune. So hi Suresh, you can join the direct link which has been pasted here. So this room we are closing. You can join the direct LinkedIn live session. All right, it's live. So whoever is online right now, you can put yes in the comment box. Yes, Prajakta, hi, you're from Pune. Yeah, hi Satish. So to give you context towards this session, this is a job hunt Q&A session where a lot of people have queries on various elements in our career growth typically. So what we thought is like we'll give some orientation towards what is happening in the market and specifically whatever is your queries belonging to your career growth, we will try to address. So that way we will make this sessions as very very interactive, so that each element has been carried out with a lot of a profound detail in terms of what market is demanding and how we can improvise in the entire job hunt process, because like everything is evolving, job hunt is also evolving in a bigger way. So we'll also be very very careful and conscious in terms of what exactly the market is demanding, where is the gap, why certain things are not happening, why I'm applying to hundreds of jobs and still not getting a single interview, or my why my resume is not even getting selected, is my LinkedIn profile is wrong or right. All that queries, depending on your area of challenges, you can keep asking. So there are a lot of people who have filled in the filled the form, also Google form, so that we will try to share and then see what best questions are there, and we'll try to answer those queries one by one. So that way we will start working towards that. Let me share the screen. Yeah, so you can ask questions one by one so that we will see how best we can take it up. So to introduce myself, I am JS Kumar from the city of Bangalore. I come from a talent acquisition background. First 10 years is into recruitment, and 4 or 5 years into talent acquisition, leadership hiring, IT hiring in Wipro, Manipal, Upgrad, those kind of companies. So I have a strong holding about how talent acquisition works, both in executive search firms, staffing firms, real-time corporates, MNCs, and all that. So last 10 years, I'm into job hunt, coaching, consulting, and done for you service, especially for the mid-career and mid-career to the leadership level profiles, where we help in rebranding the resume, LinkedIn, and getting interviews from the non-advertised market. So that is our specialty. So with that context, maybe you can introduce yourself and put forth your questions one by one, so that we'll try to be very very interactive with this session, and then see how best we can open up a lot of new avenues. Yes, who's going to be the first person who will be asking question? You can introduce yourself and post your questions here, so that we'll try to open up something. Hope my audio and video is clear. So hi Prajakta, Satish, and okay, a couple of other people are joining one by one. So let's see. So you can start posting your question, so that we'll try to discuss. I'll also put this on the WhatsApp group which you have joined. All right. So Balakrishna, hi Balakrishna. So I have cleared six interviews out of eight. They negotiate the salary as well post interviews, but not extending the offer. How to tackle this? Okay. So typically, when we go for interview, it is very obvious that there are a lot of other people is also attending interviews. Like maybe 8 to 10 people will be attending parallelly, either before you or after you. They'll be attending. So understand the company's perspective on what is their priority. So their priority might be somebody who can join immediately, somebody who can come within their budget. All those will become the primary factor in terms of considering and onboarding a candidate. So that might be one stopping factor. While comparing to other candidates, there might be issues in terms of budget or expectations or the notice period which you belong to. So that may be one of the barrier when after the interview we might have some issues in terms of getting into the next level. So that element can be one of the issues, but we need not compromise on anything. But we have to provide a lot of value addition in terms of what extra we can offer to the potential organization comparing to the rest of the candidates. So if you could elaborate what role you belong to, which industry you belong to in the comment section, then I can try in a better way and try to answer that. Yeah, yeah. So Suresh Basri, hi Suresh. How the CV and the profile to be framed in LinkedIn for senior roles? So for senior roles, you have to appear as a thought leader on LinkedIn, because you'll have to understand the fact that LinkedIn, it's not a job portal. It's a networking platform, professional platform, where everybody can create their own thought leadership, branding, positioning, all that. So if some board of directors they are looking at the profile, it should not appear like a resume. Okay, so resume it is only the company wise responsibilities, designation, certification, skills, all that we will be mentioning. But for senior profiles, we'll have to design our own positioning as to we should appear as if as a thought leader in our own domain. So for that, you'll have to start writing newsletters and publish content every single day about your subject matter expertise which you belong to, so that you appear as an expert in your own field. So it is important that you have to maintain your LinkedIn in a very very polished and professional way, but still consistency is one way where we have to dominate on LinkedIn platform, because hardly 1 to 2% people post content on a regular basis. So the kind of space which you get to project yourself may not be possible in Instagram or Facebook or any other social media we are into. So that is some element which we have to capitalize and start using those platform in a very very bigger way, and project yourself big, so that if any CEOs or board of directors or management is looking at your profile, it should appear as a leader rather than a resume of a job seeker. So that level we'll have to maintain. So hi Satish, I have been applying for job but not getting any calls. Tried to modify resume but not much of help. Yeah. So Satish, I'll tell you, the job market consists of two different markets. One is the advertised market and one is the non-advertised market. So advertised market is something 20 to 30% of the total job market, where everybody will be seeing the job postings like you, and they will be applying to the job. Like whenever you have applied, you could have seen 100 people have already applied. That means it is visible to everyone. So but that is not the only way where companies hire people, where they will be looking at headhunting, discovering the profiles and arranging for interviews. So in that context, if you look at it, recruiters will be logging to Naukri and LinkedIn and try to use Boolean search, headhunt with your keywords, whatever keywords based on the potential job description. They will try to use keywords and try to reach out to you. So in that context, in that job strategy, we have to shift. So only then we will be discoverable by the potential recruiters. Otherwise, we will keep chasing the people, recruiters, HR people, and then ask for job, which is not something respectful at this stage. Maybe 5 years, 10 years, we should not behave like a fresher and ask for referral jobs and all that. We have to maintain our own self-respect. So for that, we have to be more and more discoverable in Naukri and LinkedIn. For that, we have to optimize. So resume again, it is not the idea of modifying the resume and going. So any which way, the dead loop or dead end is something where you apply to a jobs and you never know what is happening on the other side. That is the biggest red flag in the advertised job market. So the problem is not on the resume. The problem is on the job hunt strategy which everybody are implementing. So coming from a recruitment background, I can short say that 80% of job, sourcing of candidates is done by Naukri and LinkedIn, because that's a go-to platform for any recruiters, both in staffing companies and MNC organizations. So that's where we'll have to optimize and shift our job hunt from advertised job market to non-advertised job market. Only then this problems can be fixed. Otherwise, we will be keep chasing and we never know what is happening, and we start feeling inferior and start doing upskilling which is not even required. So shifting to non-advertised market is something which is very very important. That way the possibility of getting more and more interviews is highly possible. Okay, so Balakrishna, you are a talent acquisition professional with 9 years of experience. Okay, so that's what. See, talent acquisition is something is very very crowded, as you can understand, because HR and TA and recruitment is the supply is more than the demand, obviously, correct? So in order to differentiate, we have to provide some extra elements in our resume, and during interview we'll have to give a high five, I mean, extra value addition in the entire process, rather than telling, okay, I know Naukri, I know LinkedIn, all that. So I did identify some job portals apart from the regular traditional platforms, and practice on X-ray search, Boolean search, all those kind of option, and maintain a database. Your own database you have to develop by creating a Google form, and floating in Facebook, and lot of other goods. You have to create your own database. So if you could see in lot of Facebook groups, recruiters will be mentioning 10 different jobs, and then they will be giving a Google form as well to collect database. So that is something individually we have to start collecting, so that we know who is immediate joiner, who is at 15 days, who is at 30 days. So we should maintain our own database, pool database. So over a period of 6 months to 1 year, you will have a huge database for a specific area of operation. So that becomes your strength. When you're going for an interview, you can say, okay, I have a database of 10,000 people which is not even available on LinkedIn and Naukri. So if we are creating that is a kind of USP, then we will have an upper hand during the interview comparing to the rest of the candidates, because everybody will say, okay, I have experience in Naukri, LinkedIn, it's the same story again and again with every single candidate. So obviously any organization will be picking up somebody who's an immediate joiner, and who's coming under the budget. All that is a primary concern of any organization. To surpass that, we should always provide a lot of value addition in terms of talent acquisition, so that there is a possibility that we can surpass our competitors while performing during an interview. So that makes a lot of sense, because in a crowded domain like HR and TA, this is very, very essential. Yeah, project. So I'm also in TA professional. Yeah, so you can relate to what I have told right now to Balakrishna. So um, that is the one element which we have to figure out. Second thing, again, like I'm applying but I'm not getting interview calls. Yes. So application applying to various jobs may not make sense and may not work at all, because that's what we are seeing couple of years. So you have to be headhunted by the potential employers. So shifting from chasing advertised jobs to non-advertised market is something is very, very essential, because job market is evergreen, as you can see in the Naukri report. I'm not sure whether if you've seen it, like, I'll try to share. So Naukri job speak report has come for July or August. So that has given an idea that the hiring market is very positive. Okay, so this is a Naukri report wherein hiring trends by industry is what you're seeing right now. So these are the various industries where a positive hiring is happening. Only three or four domains they are at a little declining stage. Otherwise, hiring in various industries are very, very positive. That means there is no barrier in terms of hiring, but the strategy is something which we have to shift in the entire process. So that's the only thing. Manohar Shivara, Manohar ESG Consulting from Bangalore. Hi, Manohar. If you have any questions, you can post in the comment section so that I'll understand what is the challenge. So you can see hiring trends by experience level. Um, so if you see 13% hike in the 16 plus years category. So something which is for the senior level, it is very, very positive only. So there is no worry that people are not hiring. So obviously we have to look into these factors. That market is really good, but our shifting towards the job hunt process is something which we have to evaluate again and again. Yeah, Balakrishna, thank you. So maybe you'll have to figure out what kind of extra value addition you can provide comparing to the rest of the people. So if your resume is being kept between 10 people, is it very unique, or is it providing extra value addition comparing to the rest of the candidates? Is what you'll have to think, and then rework on your resume doing value addition, so that that will make a lot of sense. How to position as consultant, any strategy? Consultant means, can you elaborate what kind of a consultant you want to get into? Can you tell your domain and industry, all that? Environment consultant, okay. So environment consultant, you want to consult whom in your own field? You want to, if you want to get consulting, you have to reposition yourself on LinkedIn, because there are a lot of like-minded groups available on LinkedIn. If you search environment and related to your city and search for groups, there are a lot of groups available. So obviously there are a lot of potential in terms of EHS, sustainability, all that. It is a lot of potential. So you have to position yourself as an expert on LinkedIn, so that you get consulting opportunities worldwide, because LinkedIn is a place, it's a globally global network platform. So obviously beyond geographies we'll get assignments, because we are working with a lot of people who get work from home, remote based jobs, consulting opportunities, not only from India but US, UK, Australia, with our optimization techniques. So maybe you can book a call, so that I'll understand what you belong to, and I can suggest where is how you can reposition your LinkedIn, so that you can get global opportunities. Because comparing to India, you will get more margin for consulting in terms of US, UK, Australia, because consulting and coaching is not being considered very very serious options in India. So but when you are projecting yourself in US and other countries, there are high possible that you get a high ticket consulting opportunities. So that will make a huge margin, and a consistent client base you can get out of this. So but we'll have to position at a very very higher order, so that they'll come to us. So that possibility is always there. We are also consulting, giving things to a lot of coaching people who are under life coach, career coaching, consulting. For those people we are doing LinkedIn marketing, LinkedIn repositioning, all that. So maybe you can book a consulting, so that I'll understand where we can figure out best. So, do you assist in profile creation? Yes. So, we'll have to analyze your current LinkedIn profile, where it stands. So, based on that, we will try to see where are the improvements are required. But you can check yourself on this social selling index, which we always try to um, give an information for the regular audience. So, I'll share here. So this is a link you can check about your LinkedIn. You open your LinkedIn and check this link. You will get your current score. Okay, so like this, I'll check for my own thing. So if you open your LinkedIn and click this particular link, you will get your score like this, 70. So 70 is the benchmark which we have to achieve. And in my domain, I'm ranking in the number one percentile. So this percentile should be at a single digit, wherein our profile is getting detected from the potential uh, potential target audience. So they should be at 70 plus, so that we get consistent opportunities from various organizations. Okay, thank you. So one more thing you can check is your search appearances, wherein I'll just open my LinkedIn and then show where we'll have to check that. So if you go to your LinkedIn and then see, you can find your analytics option. So in the analytic option, you can click your search appearances. So once you click your search appearances, LinkedIn will provide your search data every Thursday. So this is between August 5 to 12. So this is my search appearances 556. So when you scroll down, you can see there is something called top companies your searches work at. So, so this, if you click, you will get idea of which are all people who are searching for something for which you are getting um, search results in your LinkedIn. So this is completely like a Google search where people are hunting for something and your website is popping up. So like that, in LinkedIn also internally, people are searching for other professionals. So we'll have to understand who to whom my profile is getting visible. So that's the first thing to do. Wherein in this particular link, you will get a understanding on whether your searches is happening in a right way or wrong way, so that you can search and see how many percentage of people are your target audience. So if there is no target audience, then that it's no, it's not a paid version. You can see in your analytics itself. Okay, what I have opened is a free version only, analytics. If you go to your analytics and then click search appearances, you'll get this page wherein you can see the entire data of whom from whom you got searches. Okay, so that you can just check, or if you're in laptop, you can check and then uh, put put your numbers on the screen or whatever, so that we understand which are all target audience are searching for you. But first and foremost, this social selling index is something which we have to check, so that we understand where do we stand and where do we have to scale. Okay, so it makes sense. Okay, so if anybody has any other question, unable to get the analytics option, you can scroll below your title section to see your analytics. Any which way it will be there, so you can just look into that section. Maybe I'll try to share here. So if you go back to your LinkedIn, so just below your open to work option, you will get this analytics. If you could see my screen, you will get this analytics option. There you will see profile views, post impressions, and search appearances. So that's the link which you have to check. Yeah, you got it. Yeah. So that you check for your social selling index. So I think I've shared that on YouTube. Maybe I'll share here. Give me a minute. Uh, okay, so there's no child. Okay, so after this stream, I'll try to share in the comment section on the LinkedIn social selling index, or you can Google your Google search social selling index. You will get to that page. So there you have to click and then identify your social selling index number. So that's a very crucial thing, where because there are a lot of millions of people are available in the same domain. So obviously if we have to stand out, our scoring has to be at a higher order. Second thing, when we are applying to jobs also, this will have a greater influence. Like as you know, there will be when we are applying, the companies will have that 5-star category, 4-star, 3-star. That bucketing will be happening. Now, based on your LinkedIn profile score, also that bucketing will categorize on where you belong to and what is your strength of the profile. All that is bound to happen. So it is very very crucial, either in the advertised jobs or non-advertised jobs. Maintaining our LinkedIn profile is highly essential and should be very very consistent. It should not be like, okay, once in a while we are visiting or once in a while we are posting. That is something which we have to avoid. So this is a go-to place where it will help in our career progress. So obviously we have to invest time, because I think in many organization this LinkedIn is not blocked. So obviously LinkedIn is something which we can open and then keep working, post content in our own subject matter expertise, so that we are highly visible to the potential recruiters. So any which way, somebody who is looking at our profile, they will try to see whether we are active, whether we are an expert in our own field. All that they'll be looking at. So when they are looking at, we'll have to give a lot of social proofing, meaning not only the designation and story of work experience. You should have a lot of photos of your certification, work environment, skills, all that. So awards, appreciations, whatever, so that without your presence, your LinkedIn should uh, be very very meaningful to the recruiter who's reviewing your profile. So that way, 24 bar 7, the LinkedIn profile should be speaking to the potential target audience, so that we don't have to demonstrate too much during the interview. The LinkedIn itself will have a lot more elements to say. So that becomes our trust factor before even going to interview. So analyze those aspects on social selling index and see what are all best things, what are all gaps you have that you have to fix, and then proceed very very consistently on a daily basis. At least one post you can do, uh, with the help of chat gpt, all that. You right now you can curate content any which way. So those things you can start working on that, so that it will help you in a longer run. So that is very very crucial, because a lot of people come to LinkedIn and post whenever they got laid off. So there is no point that just because you got laid off, somebody will not refer. So obviously, you have to start the process at least 6 months earlier, 1 year earlier, so that you network with the right set of recruiters and manpower agencies, staffing agencies. For that, you have to be very, very active. Okay, so otherwise, no point in losing a job and then posting emotionally that I'm open to work, my company got laid off. Nobody will help at the last minute. So rather, treat this as a networking forum where you mingle with people, develop a rapport, appreciate, create a leadership profile for your own self, because there is no PR agency which we can invest on, but LinkedIn becomes your PR agency, where you can create your own newsletter, you can your post. There are a lot of options which you can experiment and then see. So that way, it is highly supportive platform whenever you are into a job hunt. So that element, if it is has to work, uh, whenever you are not in a risk, you should be on LinkedIn and start networking, because tomorrow we don't know what will happen. So it is always good. Networking will help us in our business elevation, career elevation, all that. So we'll have to start this as a practice and habit, so that it will help us in a long run. Okay. Any other questions? There were some questions on the form also. Let me look at it, because people who have filled the form, maybe they'll be watching at a later point in time. Maybe I'll open that. Okay, so the lot of people have said sometimes struggling with interviews and confidence. Develop and upgrade my LinkedIn profile so that it attract recruiters. Yeah. So majority is on the resume, LinkedIn, and all that. And there is one question: how do people with 20 plus years of experience find a job? So obviously, networking makes a lot of sense in terms of senior profile, because senior profile majority of the time it will not get advertised because it's very sensitive. So when it comes to a hiring pattern, there is only two reasons for hiring. One is a new position or a new project or a new branch or a new company where they are hiring a fresh hiring. Second, it's a replacement hiring because somebody has put on their papers. So obviously the reason for hiring is only two, and both reasons comes with a deadline. Like I have to close this within 15 days or 30 days, all that. So in that context, nobody will go for posting a job and wait for a candidate. So they immediately start looking at their own network or Naukri or LinkedIn and start calling people who are available on that particular domain or ready for looking for a job, all that. So those people they will call and arrange for an interview and then try to close as much speed as possible. So when they are hunting, we should be highly visible in Naukri and LinkedIn platform. That is something which you have to check whether your Naukri and LinkedIn is very optimized or not. So that you can just book a call and then check whether it is optimized, so that I'll clarify whether it is really working or it is not. It is completely invisible. So the display is given. You can book a call and book a one-to-one with me so that we'll uh, give a clarity on whether your resume, LinkedIn, Naukri is really working or not, so that it will help you in a long run. Otherwise, we will be in our own assumptions that okay, I'm keep attending, I'm applying to hundreds of jobs, but it is not happening. But the problem is the job hunt process is not applying to jobs. The job hunt process is how many actions has been taken place. If there is no action in the job hunt process, obviously we are missing out something, and it is not called as job hunt process. Okay, so um, thinking that every week I'm applying to hundreds of jobs is not a job hunt process. The action oriented thing, whether you have a phone call, whether you are able to talk to a friend or colleague to get into an interview, is those kind of things which really makes an action. Otherwise, without action, nothing will move because you are only desperate. The companies are not desperate. They have umpteen number of options apart from you. So desperation is something may not work. The action oriented things will work rather than assumptions. So moving to a zone of action is very highly essential in this process, because this job market is highly unpredictable, and we are seeing this in last 6 months. So the companies which we have never even imagined, they have given layoffs and other things. It can happen to you or me or whatever. So in that context, even if you are risk free and you are very comfortable at your own job, it is absolutely fine. But start networking, that thinking that I might have to get into other zone. So always keep your back end or B plan ready, so that tomorrow if something happens, you can immediately implement. Otherwise, at the last minute, nobody can come and help you just because you are desperate. So that is something very essential. So which we have to do a continuous networking on this LinkedIn platform. Yeah. So time is 9:45 and I'll be there till 10. And if you have any more questions, you can post in the comment section. So we'll try to answer as much as possible. So whatever forms I have got, it is purely on not getting interviews only, because the whole lot of problem lies on the job search process only. Okay, so if that is shifted into a non-advertised job market, then it is a lot more easy, because that's what we do. Where let me share my screen. Yeah. So what we do is a rebranding of the resume, right from the regular resume to infographic premium ones, wherein we will be completely, it is not kind of a rewriting, it is called complete repositioning and upgrading to the current job market trend, so that we are relevant to the organizations which they are looking for uh, a different role altogether. Because 5 years before, uh, the expectation are completely different. Right now the expectations for the same role are completely different, so obviously we need to upgrade and reposition ourselves so that we are matchable to their expectations. That's the whole thing here. Okay, so typically they will search like this, wherein they'll filter with the boolean search, keywords, locations, all that. So when they are filtering, obviously you should be in a position to uh, get on the first page, so that you are visible to the potential recruiters. So this is something which we have to check and rework on our LinkedIn, so that we are discoverable by the potential people. Okay. If there is any questions, you can post on the comment. I'll be there in another 10 minutes, and then I'll close this live streaming. So this is a kind of rebranding which we do, because this is something like a regular profile which we have rebranded, which will clearly communicate to the recruiter on what you are up to. Because see, recruiter, you will have to understand the fact that he will not understand your jargons of your own terminologies, be it IT or non-IT. So obviously we have to educate them with a very simple information, quantified information, so that he understands and then takes your profile to hiring manager. Okay. Now, the regular question which I keep repeating with this kind of webinars and workshop is it ATS friendly? ATS friendly. I was expecting that particular question. See, ATS friendly, you have to understand the fact that it is meant only for freshers, BPO, those kind of jobs, because there will be volumes and volumes of people who will be applying for a same BPO or a fresher role. So practically, it is not possible for a recruiter to review every single profile which have a common skill element. Okay, they are only fresher; they don't have any experience. So obviously, the bucketing which they have to figure out, it is only the locations and other elements which is common to everybody. So what ATS does is it will classify into how many Bangalore jobs, how many um, Chennai position, I mean, candidates, how many Delhi positions. So that way it will categorize and tell to the recruiter on which one to prioritize. Okay, otherwise he has to review every single profile, which practically may not be possible. But for the senior profile, it may not be applicable, because each individual are completely different. with their capabilities, strength, skills, and exposure, multiple domain experience, all that. So obviously, ATS is something not matchable or relevant to any a senior profile who crossed 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, and all that. Okay, so don't worry about ATS. It is, I would say, it is completely something which is uh, run by these resume writing companies. They are making a business out of it. I can say that. Okay, so only when they scare you, they can make business out of it. Otherwise, they'll not get. And even people who have got like 90% score, 100% score, they are still applying to job and they are not getting jobs. So what is the point in doing ATS, right? So think about it, and that's the level of aspect which we have to think about it and shift our attention to non-advertisement market. So that's the only solution which can help us in creating visibility for us, creating opportunities for us, all that. Okay, so like this, you have to educate the uh, potential recruiters so that it is very simple and meaningful to shortlist and proceed your profile. Okay, another thing is Naukri and LinkedIn should have about 25 to 50 keywords so that you are detectable and discoverable by the potential recruiters, because every single day the recruitment is happening. Okay, so obviously you have to be visible to the potential recruiters so that you get those opportunities. Otherwise, keep on applying to 100 jobs, 200 jobs every single month may not make any sense. Okay, so I'll wait for another 5 minutes, and if there is no questions, we are good. We'll close this session. And tell me what other sessions which you are trying to expect, so that we can try and do those kind of sessions as well. You can put it in the comment box. So these are all various formats which you have. We have about 20 different formats which we help our clients. So based on that, belonging to your industry pattern, we can select one and then redesign, reposition the whole stuff. So I'll send you all those details. You can just look into it and decide how you can take this further. And you can book a call so that we can have an um, individual conversation on your pain points, your challenges in terms of salary negotiations, interviews, LinkedIn, resume, all that. You can do a one-to-one booking so that I understand you better and then give a customized solution rather than giving a surface level idea, because it's a group call where we cannot dive deep into personal areas. So if you book a one-to-one call, then obviously we can thoroughly have a discussion and try to fix your issues. So that way you can book a call and take it up from this. So if you have any questions, you can post. Otherwise, we can close this room. Okay, all right. If there is no questions, we are good. We'll close. And thank you everyone for joining us today and posting your questions. And hopefully, you will get a lot of fixes during entire our one-to-one sessions. All the best for your careers. If in case of any queries or challenges are there in career or job, you can always book a call on my LinkedIn page, so we can connect one to one. So